Welcome back. I started last episode off with really good news, and I'm happy to say that I have more good news for the beginning of this video. They did it again. The people over at Lego Fortnite listened to us. Once again, they increased the durability on all rare and epic tools. This is on top of the 30% buff that they already did, and I can tell you firsthand, right before I started recording this video, I just chopped down a ton of these frost pine trees, and my axe is way more durable. I still think that they probably need to add some sort of repair bench, but another common Lego W. But guys, welcome back to the survival series, and if you're new, thank you for stopping by. This is our daily Lego Fortnite survival series where we are trying to build the craziest empire of all time. In the last episode, which you should definitely watch if you haven't, we spent all of our time building this castle out here in the snow biome, but more importantly, we got it to level 10, which means we got a ton of new building blueprints, which is exciting because now we can go home and use them. A lot of people have been telling me to return to my OG base and go work on that. So in today's video, that's exactly what we are gonna do. The only thing we have to do before we get on our way is make sure that we have the right items, because we have a lot of good items scattered around this place because of how much we grinded last time. But I only have 24 inventory slots, and I only want to travel back and forth once or twice. So I'm gonna go ahead and get organized, and I'll see you guys when we're ready to travel back. And it's time to fly home, but before I do, I want to just show you guys what the haul looks like. There's still a bunch of stuff back at the snow base, but this is what I took. And of course, in my hotbar is the best item in the game, which is cheese. But yeah, on a serious note, we brought a ton of woods, frost pine specifically, because it's annoying to try to get that back and forth. Well, it used to be. Now it's not going to be, especially now that we have a village set up with grand chests. But all of this stuff should definitely help when it comes to everyday use, since I am probably still going to be living out here for the time being, and we are back home. This place looks so dead. We really need to do some crazy work to it in this video, if I'm being honest. I believe that's probably what I'm gonna dedicate this entire video to. Also, world announcement, I realized that I outgrew this storage setup super quickly. This is where my mob loot sits, and it's basically always full. And the overflow down here, like, there's already stuff in everything. Today, what we are gonna attempt to do is organize a little bit better, but by building fun buildings, make this feel a little bit more like a city and less like a compound with walls. Basically, let me cook, and I think I can make this place a little bit better. Now, for this project, the first order of business is the most boring order of business. We need to fill our inventory with wood and granite, like our entire inventory. I think I'm probably gonna end up putting durability on this axe. And here we are, we're in the fields, and we have nothing in our inventory, but by the time we leave here, hopefully we have an entire inventory filled with materials to build from. While we're out here, I think it's a good time to also talk about the entire update, because yes, there was an entire update if you guys didn't see. The best place for all the news is the official Lego Fortnite Twitter, or you could join my Discord, because we set up an announcements channel where you guys will get notified when every Lego Fortnite update goes live. But for the update yesterday, it's actually pretty big, and I'll just go through everything on the list really quick while I'm farming these materials. But the first thing they did is they nerfed the Brute's poison attack and the Frost Scorpion's explosion. If you guys watched the last episode, I actually died to the Brute poison attack in the snow. So for me personally, that part of the update's a big W. Critters now have less health, and spiders under rocks are more rare. Basically, every time you would pick up granite off of the floor, a spider would pop out. So they nerfed that. I wouldn't be surprised if they even get less of a spawn rate later on, because they're not too fun to deal with. Petting rams now drops heavy wool, which is very interesting. So basically, those gray sheep are actually rams, and they drop heavy wool instead of wool now, which is great. Yeah, it was weird that it didn't drop heavy wool to begin with. The grapple can now carry 30 shots, and I pointed that one out last episode because I noticed that right away. And also, we'll go ahead and use this chest, but if you put a grapple into a chest and take it out, it'll actually come out as a brand new grapple, so you could basically get infinite uses. It's definitely a glitch. It's gonna get patched. For mobility right now, it's probably the best way to move around. So just a little fun fact. And the last thing on the list is the durability fix. So basically what I was talking about at the beginning, they made every tool more powerful on top of the 30% that they already had added. Overall, really good changes, and again, they're just listening to us, which is just the best feeling in the world. And we are back. There's a butterfly. I don't even think it's worth it to get, but take a look at the durability of my items. They basically barely got worn at all, considering that this is how many materials we got in the process. Ow, I'm dying. We got a full inventory of materials, and our durability is definitely better now. So outside of just what they said, it feels good now. When it was the original 30%, it didn't feel too great, but yeah, now that they double buffed it, I think durability is still in a much better spot. The only thing that they still need to do, and it's what I said earlier, is a repair bench, please. And now that we are back with our full inventory, like I showed you, we are ready to start building. And the first thing that I really wanted to do with this place is check out some flooring. And the idea here is to basically build pathways that go to every part of the city. We're just gonna see what it looks like. We're just experimenting right now. And to be honest, first reaction, I don't think I love it. We'll keep it for now, but I'm probably gonna delete this. And next we have to make a walkway up because this whole entire base being on one square ain't doing it anymore. It's got to look level a little bit. All right, so we built this nice gradual step up. Ooh, that looks really good. This is going to be very expensive, especially because it's granite, but we got to wrap this around the entirety of this property. Okay, and I believe that this is fully finished. As you can see now, we got these gradual steps that will bring you up into the compound rather than having to jump on the block. It just makes the entrance that much better. Next, we have something big, probably our biggest change to the village yet, because I tried doing this earlier and I put it in the video. I don't like the way it sits on top of the support. So we are currently going to undergo our most expensive project yet, which is going to be filling out these floors with, wait for it, the ancient wide floor. If you look at the cost of it, that's why it's going to be so expensive. One single tile costs 2 frost pine. The other option is this floor right here, which is way cheaper. And you can see this one's white, but if we compare them back to back, you can see how much brighter this ancient wide floor is. I'm going with this one, and I'm actually going to tear down the entire flooring of this place, and it's going to sit on top of these tiles. The only thing is, we are going to need a lot of frost pine. So let's get started on gathering more resources. Actually, before we do that, I'm pretty sure I have some frost pine from when I came back. 22, is that all we have? Oh, we have another 30 right there. Okay, so we already have just under 90 pieces. So let's go ahead and actually just get a start and get a feel for this before we do it to the entire place to make sure we like it. You know, it would be very unfortunate if we did this all and then we hated it. So let's give it a test run. Okay, we've destroyed enough of the floor. Let's see what we can fill in with this frost pine off the bat just to get a feel. Like I said, we just want to make sure we like it before we fully commit to it. It looks so much better. Okay, yeah, I knew I was gonna like it. It's gonna be expensive, but I think it's totally gonna be worth it. Let me finish putting some down and we'll take a step back and look at it. But I already know I like it, which honestly is kind of unfortunate since it is so expensive. Okay, that's all the frost pine we have so far, and it's getting dark. Yeah, I think I like the way this looks, but I can always change my mind later. Also, this is only the beginning of it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this in the comments while I go all the way back to the snow biome by means of jumping and gliding off of this ginormous staircase, because I need a lot more frost pine for this job. And we're back in the forest getting frost pine. And honestly, guys, if you have the time and resources, I would really recommend building a village in every single biome. It's so nice being able to come over here and just thinking that I can drop stuff off if I need to leave it, or obviously take stuff from here. But just to have a place to call home base when you're in other biomes is really nice. 10 out of 10 would recommend. And let's actually test out the new update. We just got to pet one of these sheep. And let's see what it drops. Ooh, so it does drop heavy wool. That's nice. And our axe should be breaking any second here, unfortunately, but we got a lot of frost pine. Can we get this last tree? Oh, it looks like we're going to actually. Oh, and it broke on the last hit. So 240 more frost pine for us. And hopefully that fills most of the floor because this is taking forever already. Oh my goodness, it is laggy when you run in this place. I'm not too worried about the lag in this place because I'm sure they will optimize all of this more down the line. But we obviously have a lot more floor to clear out here. This has been very fun so far, by the way. I'm super happy to be back at this village. This is our #1 after all. I mean, my house isn't even here. My house is over there in the desert, as you can see. It's peeking over there. You can see a little bit of it. That's my house, aka the desert mansion. I still need to work on that, but yeah, like I said, #1 priority should be this right now, and I'm super happy to be back. Oh shoot, I just realized there hasn't been a village here in a minute. We gotta put that back. All of our villagers are still here, luckily, but I'm pretty sure I had that village off for a while. If you didn't know, after 5 days of no village, they do leave, but we're all good. And I cleared out a decent amount, as you can see. Now it's time to put in the most expensive floor of all time. I still cannot believe I'm doing this. Just so much frost pine going to waste. Actually, I wouldn't say to waste. This is making our village 10 times cooler, and there's no way everyone is gonna have this flooring, so it makes ours a little different as well. And guys, I just found out something really annoying. I just realized that there's actually just grass growing through this entire floor, but then I realized if I put another layer under, it'll actually get rid of the grass, so I have to do that. It's just kind of annoying because I already put so much in, but just another step in the process. It takes a second to load, but as you can see, if we wait a sec, it disappears. So we need to do that through this entire build now. And would you look at where we are? I realized I need a lot more frost frost pines, so we're back. Oh, I see some supply drop smoke over there. Do you guys think that the supply drops are any different if you get them in different areas? I'm wondering, because maybe this one's even better. If we're being honest, the supply drops really aren't anything too crazy from what I've seen so far, but maybe this one can change my mind. Let's see. What are we gonna get this time around? Yeah. I don't know if there's a single thing here that I'm not taking anything from here. I was definitely wrong about that. And triple durability is the move, might I say. Obviously, I haven't gotten that much frost pine yet, but it just looks like I haven't even used my axe. So in my mind, triple durability is the move until otherwise noted. And we are all set. We got a ton of frost pine. As you can see here, we have 222 pieces, and that should fill in the rest of our floor quite easily. We are straight back to work. Let's fill in the rest of this floor, and then let's add some details so we can see what it's looking like. And officially, we have filled in a majority of the floor. Some of the stuff is going to stay as it is, including this wood floor that I've already introduced. And now it's time for the fun stuff, because we get to actually poke into the floor and add some other types of textures. This won't look like the last strip we did, I promise. I know that one looked horrible. So what I'm thinking this time around is that we make a sort of square in the middle. So I'll be taking out more of this. And just to kind of show you guys our vision for the floor, we have a little bit of it installed, and as you can see, it looks a lot better already. At the end of the walkway, we got the foundation that kind of divides the two floorings. And then on this side, we're actually going to build a building here in this episode. So what we're going to go ahead and do, and this is basically what the entire town is going to look like. And basically what we would do in this situation is just open it up. And first off, we got to fill in the flooring. And as you can see, probably the most time consuming floor I could have built. And it's also just really, really expensive, but it looks great. So we're going to keep doing it. We definitely want a foundation kind of as the guides to the walkway. And then we can go ahead and take our floor piece and just throw a bunch of them in like this. There we are. We filled in the floor, and I really like the way this is coming together now. It looks so much better than it did just last episode. But this is the perfect lead up and intro into our next part, building a big facility right here. This is basically going to house a bunch of the stuff that's currently in here, because this is the most cluttered house in the world in front of me. We're going to take a bunch of the workbenches out of here and make multiple of each workbench and put them in designated areas in a building in here. If that doesn't make sense to you, it's fine, because I'm about to build it and you guys will see it come to life in real time. So let's get to it. Now, one of the first steps to building any building in this game is obviously looking through the blueprints and deciding what you want to actually build with. Oh, and I have so many new ones. So I'm going to go ahead and just throw down some floors and some interesting pieces that I think could be potentially useful. Oh, and for these, you need vines. Oh no, that's going to be so expensive. Yeah, all of these cool building pieces like this need vines. So we're going to go get some vines. Oh, it's just a never ending quest in this game. It really is. There's always something more to collect, and this time it's vines. I never thought I'd actually be using vines, but now we're here. And now this has got me thinking, is there a better way to harvest vines than just hitting bushes? To my knowledge, this is the only way to do it, but there might be some other ways that I'm not aware of. Either way though, our sword just broke and we're up to 102 vines, and we are back at our village. And as you can see, I threw down a few walls, and oh, the rain is stopping right as we pick up again. That's nice. But in good lighting, you could see how much this matches the yellow and the yellow from our main building. This is going to be the entrance to a little garden, and also probably a staircase that will lead you up to the second story of this building. But the intention of this building, and I think I already said it, it's basically going to hold everything that's in this main room. Now, this room is perfect, don't get me wrong, but it's in such a good spot that I kind of hate that it's just wasted by all of this ugliness. So all the clutter is going to move into this new, nicely packaged room. And on the topic of this, I really, really like the way it looks so far. Actually, what we're going to do is, this is going to be interesting. We're going to open it up on all sides. So you can walk in from all four sides of this thing. And that means you guys probably know what's going to come next. We actually have to break down the walls here. And this is our first time really expanding the village outside of the village, but I think it's going to look really good, and we definitely need more area. There just wasn't enough space in here, so let's go ahead and just rip this down, and we'll clean up this wall as best we can for now. Oh no, I just knocked down a whole side because it was all held up by one floor. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Well, if it weren't for Lego physics, that's unlucky. And with this last piece down, we officially completed the floor on the bottom story of this room. But as you can see, if you go outside, the floor actually comes out from under the building, which is not intentional. And the plan inside of here is to build with all wood. But the way we're going to do it is we're going to do a cool staircase design that should take you up to the center. So we're going to make sure we have our alignments correct. And then we can go ahead and build this up, which we can destroy this staircase now, and it should be floating. Yep. So we got our staircase design in. The last thing we need to do for this is obviously actually include one on the other side, but this one doesn't need the flooring piece. So just like that, perfect. And you could probably already see how this is coming together. All of the workstations are going to be around the bottom side here. Then you go upstairs and it's going to be some more storage because that's not doing it, like I said earlier in the episode. And I believe what I want to do is actually match the color of the staircase for the top floor, which is this light wood. It looks really, really clean. I'm going to need a lot more wood to do this, but let's go get that because yeah, that looks good so far. And while I'm adding the floor, I guess I can go ahead and show you guys kind of what we're doing. So as you can see, we're doing an overhang around the edges. I think it looks really good so far. It'll look even better once we put a second floor on this thing. But the second floor is a project for another video because it's going to take me a while. And there's a few more things I want to wrap up in this episode. And there's two more things on the agenda now. The first of which, we have to destroy the village and move it out of here because this is horrible. It's literally just blocking the entryway. Oh, look, fish chick, he's new. I don't have room for you. I'm sorry. We have to figure out where the center of this place is for a specific project, and it looks like it'll be right about here. So we made a nice and simple square. Now we're gonna go ahead and drop this inside of it. And now it's finally on something instead of just, you know, sitting in the middle of my village. And I think it looks a lot more official. But wait, we're not done. Obviously, I mean, look at it. And the first thing we have to do is guard our village square because, you know, this is very sacred. If anybody gets in here and destroys it, then all my villagers are gone. These skeletons are also so annoying. I need to build some better defense so they don't just run through here. But this looks unfinished, so we're dropping corners in to make it look nice and complete there. Now, I decided that we're actually going to take these out, and we are going to go ahead and add in some pillars, and we'll make sure that everything connects perfectly, which it should. And now I feel like it's too hidden. I feel like because you can't see the llama's head at all. I have kind of an idea, but I don't know how it's gonna work. Let's try something here. And that looks wonderful. It has a little bit of spirit now that there's some decorations on it. The village is looking pretty good though. I mean, I really wish I had more time today to finish that, but you know, we upload daily. So you guys will see more of that tomorrow. Anyway, big village upgrades. I guess the last thing that we can do, and I promise you this is actually the last thing we're gonna do, is break this and add an entryway to our old storage room because we're gonna actually repurpose this room. So, you know, it needs a proper entrance. And there is our flooring done. In my opinion, everything in here is coming together quite nicely. We finally have some more structures being built, and that's a good sign. You know, this place was very, very boring before this episode, and I think it looks a lot better already. Why are you disturbing me in my outro? Thank you. But yeah, like I said, stay tuned for tomorrow's episode because I will be finishing off this building as well as doing some other fun things. But that's about it from this one. A long, grindy episode that I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for tomorrow's, but it's been your boy Kaz, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.